or Medal of Honor. This award is presented to a person or people who have gone above and beyond the call of duty in effective, positive change in drug policy. We would like to thank the Kenny Family Foundation for sponsoring this year's award. The 2015 recipient of this award is Rita Landgraf, Delaware Secretary of the Department of Health and Social Services. I like to kid around with people when they ask about atTAcK addiction. We're just a bunch of dumb moms and dads, but we learn. That really should be expanded to say dumb moms and dads, grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, sisters and brothers and friends. Of course, I really need to just speak for myself. In our inception, we were neophytes. Our first attempt at making effective change in drug policy was working on the 911 Good Samaritan legislation shortly after atTAcK Addiction was founded in 2013. We had our first encounter with Governor Markell in early June of 2013 when we contacted him, asking him for a public statement in support of this legislation. The reply from his constituent relations liaison was that the governor doesn't comment on upcoming legislation. Fair answer. The next day in the News Journal, we read of the governor supporting such and such upcoming legislation. It appeared we weren't going to get much help or support from this guy. Sometimes first impressions are wrong. We did see the legislation pass the General Assembly. 4 of the atTAcK addiction families who had lost children were invited to the bill signing. It was a mid-afternoon on July 2nd. In addition, there were our 3 adult children, siblings of those we had lost. Upon arrival in the governor's office in Wilmington, the bill was sitting on the table, along with 4 pens, 1 for each family. The governor graciously spent time with the families, talking to them prior to signing the bill into law. When we all went to stand behind the governor, there were now 7 pens on the table. Governor Markell made sure there was a pen for each of the 4 families and a pen for each of our adult children who were present. Governor Markell was so compassionate with our 4 families that day. The families were never rushed. They were never hurried. Little did we know, the governor had a plane to catch. We read in the News Journal the next morning only to see Governor Markell was on a trade mission in Israel. This was atTAcK Addiction's first real glimpse of who this man really was. When Governor Markell speaks about addiction, he is invested in the issue. He helps break the stigma, knowing that words matter. His words as governor matter. He never misses a beat. He speaks with eloquence. During the bill signings, at press conferences, at facility openings, and even at national events, he has constantly and consistently expressed emotional and heartfelt gratitude for the advocacy work that we do. I've heard Governor Markell speak to Courtney Keister's class about a trip he took to India when he was 17 years old. That became a life-altering moment. He traveled to India where he saw poverty and human suffering. Young Jack Markell came away from that trip with a dream to help others make a better life for those truly in need. Governor Markell has not only been a great friend to atTAcK Addiction, but he has been a great friend of human rights and human suffering. Thank you, Governor Markell. You have made your dreams come true. I always like a good quote. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. That is exactly what Governor Markell does. Fortunately, Governor Markell is unable to excuse me. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. The governor was in Missouri today, accepting another award for his efforts in education. We didn't know he'd be here, but he was kind enough to prepare a video anyhow. And I'll ask the governor to come up with me while we share this video with everybody.
I regret that I am unable to be with you in person this evening to applaud your work, to ensure we have a better understanding of the addiction epidemic, and to focus our attention on effective solutions. Every other day in Delaware, we lose a child, a parent, a sibling, or a friend to addiction. Across our state, families are worried that if their loved ones aren't soon connected to treatment, any single day could be their last. Addiction does not discriminate. It cuts across all socioeconomic groups. And you have given all these Delawareans a powerful voice. And I'm deeply moved by your willingness and ability to channel your experiences into a call to action. Because of your courage in sharing your personal stories and becoming tireless advocates for this cause, we know that fewer Delawareans have suffered the heartbreaking tragedy of losing a friend or loved one. And I applaud you for your leadership in supporting the 911 Good Samaritan bill. I congratulate you most recently for partnering with Connections to open a new detox facility earlier this year. And your determined effort to improve access to the overdose reversing drug naloxone has directly saved lives. Tonight I'm honored to be recognized by you, and I humbly accept this award on behalf of the many committed individuals across state governments who have worked day and night to increase public treatment and recovery services for individuals impacted by addiction. That includes public safety, corrections, professional regulation, public health and kids departments, school districts, legislators, and many others. And together they have taken specific and consequential steps to prevent and treat this terrible disease. And I thank all the legislators who have repeatedly spoken up to support new policies and increased funding in legislative law. In addition to the laws I mentioned earlier, together we've increased withdrawal management services, the first step in recovery, and increased the number of residential treatment and sober living beds to give victims a better opportunity to reach their full potential in life. And I am so pleased that my wonderful wife, Carla, is able to join you this evening. And what Carla doesn't know is that she is the co-recipient of this medal. I can't think of a person more worthy to do that. From the earliest days, she has acted as a driving force behind our commitment to combating addiction, and I am so proud of her and that she has used her personal story so effectively to ensure that this issue is a priority throughout our state. And so thank you once again for all that you do to make our state a better place for all of our people, and enjoy the rest of the program.
Before First Lady Carla Markell goes to the podium, I'd like to share a few words about her.